It's just a formula bottle, or I'm sorry, formula container that has the slits. Now what I was doing was taking a rod, and it would stick in here attached with some rubber bands. You'd pull it down and it would stay, and then this would be the trigger stick, which would hold it down, and when the animal would go in, it would hit the trigger stick, which would cause just to fling up because of the not dispatch the squirrel. So what I've decided to do was, here's the trigger stick, or the trigger here, and I put holes into it, drilled holes into it, and then I've stuck in some nails, and what I'm going to do is glue those in, and then once these get glued in and they get placed in there, once it gets pulled down, when it sets off, it shoots up like this with these nails, that should help dispatch the squirrel, so that we won't have the issue of it getting away and maybe being injured and getting away and not surviving. Because if I'm gonna catch it, I need to keep it, and I don't want it getting injured and ran off. Plus, I want some squirrels this season. I want some squirrels. I want their pelts. I want their tails. I've got some very important stuff I want to do with their tails, and I just want a few squirrels to eat. So we're going to E6000 these nails in, and when I get that done, I'll get it. So I got the E6000 glue on there, and I've got the nails glued in. Just going to let them dry, and then I'll show you how this may improve this trap that I've set up. Alright, so I've got the Dremel out, and I have this dowel out because I was working on dealing with this stuff here. So I thought, while I was doing that, because let me take this as the trigger stick, stick it in there. I got the E6000 sitting here, and I've got some Dremel drill bits, and here's a really small one that I don't use a whole lot, and I've been wanting to do this for several years actually, and I just never have done it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this bottom part in E6000. I'm going to stick it into the small hole that I put into this, and what I'm going to do is create a little hand drill, and then I'll cut it off. I don't know, I'll measure it, find out where it wants to go, and this way I can take these out in the woods and I can use them as a hand drill, and I can actually make holes in stuff. So I've been wanting to do this for years with a bunch of drill bits that we don't really use, and it's just laying around and it's all a bunch of crap. So here's the opportunity for me to do that. So let's get to going. We'll set this here, and in goes the drill bit into the E6000. That's not too bad, and it's just going to sit down in there. There we go, and I'm just going to let that dry. Maybe dab some on the top part here. There we go. Kind of smooth this around. Bingo bango. Not 100%. Yeah, oh, that's good. Alright, so we're going to let this dry, and I'm going to figure out what size I want the stick to be, and then I'll put a cutter onto the Dremel, and I'll just cut this off where I want it, and And we'll test it out here in a few minutes maybe. I don't know. Let me set this to dry. Alright, so been running around trying to find pieces for everything. This one isn't doing too bad. It's a little cocky-wombest, but considering that, you know, I'm going to be using this out in the field for just GP, it's not really going to matter, I don't think. But I cut it in half. It's a tad bit shorter. It's about 7.5 inches long.
Yeah.
I'm going to drill this next one with the drill bit here.
Baby, are you about done?
Yes.
Because Jolinda's ready to cook us some food, and I'm tired of smelling it and hearing it.
Okay, anyway, here's the second one. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that one down in there. That's really cocky, Mama, so you have to make that straight. Try to straighten that up. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get some glue. Use this E6000. Again, let's shove it in there if I can. There it goes. Alright, way down in there, get the glue all in there. Just like that. I'm going to squirt some here on the top. Hopes we can get that down in there just like that. And that's going to go down just about yay big. There we go. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Again, it's not completely straight, but I'm not the perfect I don't make things exactly perfect, but it'll work. And then we'll go ahead and stick a little bit of this glue around the edge, just like such. There we go, and we'll straighten that up the best I can. Get that glued down. There we go. Try to make that's pretty decent. There we go. Just gonna let that sit in there and dry. And this one here is drying. So that's gonna give me a couple nice little drills for out in the field if I need to put a little bit of hole into some wood or whatever I want to do. I've been wanting to have a few of these out in the woods for just GP. So these two small ones will be nice for now, and eventually I'm going to make bigger ones with bigger drill bits. So I'm going to have to stop now because I'm taking up the space that's supposed to be for the kitchenry work, and I'm going to have to get out of here. So thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.